It's part two of the 2024 season for Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux. And what a classic season this is turning out to be. After the first couple of rounds, it looked like it was going to be a two-horse race between Benjamin Pack and Dirk Schouten. But Paul Meyer and Kalle Rovanperä had something to say about that. They both took wins at the last round at Imola. Suddenly, the championship is absolutely wide open. We've got Paul Meyer leading the way with 100 points. Dirk Schouten, our early championship leader after a torrid time in Imola, down into second place, but just 12 points behind. Benjamin Pack, 1 point behind him in third place with 87 points. Robin Knutsen, the driver of the number 32 car, who has a habit of taking third places. He's had 4 third places in the first 6 races of this season. Kalle Rovanperä is 5th. He is 30 points adrift, and he is not here this weekend. He's on World Rally duties. The 2 times World Rally champion, who has proven to be incredibly quick on his circuit racing debut. It gives everybody else a bit of a chance to stretch their legs, but anybody who thought they were going to take away the trophies easily were very much mistaken, because we have another guest entrant this weekend in the blue and white car, starting on the outside front row. Larry ten Voorde, one of the most successful drivers ever to have raced in a Porsche series, joins us this weekend as he did last weekend. A big crowd are here on the banks and in the grandstands celebrating Jack's racing day. The sun is shining, conditions are absolutely perfect, and conditions were perfect for Sam Yongyan, who this morning in a fairly interrupted qualifying session scored his first ever pole position in Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux. But he's got Larry ten Voorde alongside him in the blue and white car. Larry, who last year guested, won both races from pole position. It means he has a 100% score here at Circuit Assen. That's not what Sam Yongyan wants to hear, and he will be looking to move that statistic out of the way this weekend in the first of 2 races for Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux. We've got a number of guest entrants here. Wouter Bergkamp, who was here last year at this weekend, also joining us. He had a great qualifying session, and he lines up in 3rd place with Domas Radonis, who is an excellent qualifier. He came home in 4th place during the qualifying session this morning. So it is Sam Yongyan on pole position with Larry ten Voorde alongside, then Wouter Bergkamp and Domas Radonis. Dirk Schouten and Paul Meyer line up on row 3. Keep an eye on both of them. They will be very rapid. Paul Meyer, the championship leader, Sasha Norden and Ben Pack line up on row 4 ahead of Jeroen de Back and Colin Berninghausen, another of the guest drivers. Nick Ho and Niels Langeveld line up on row 6. Niels Langeveld having picked up a 3-place grid drop for not slowing under a full course yellow in free practice. Another guest, Hans Weiss Jr., has Koba Pauwels alongside him. Koba, who is the rookie championship leader. They are 13th and 14th on the grid, and Pauwels also had a 1-place grid drop for overtaking under a yellow flag. Then it's Robin Knutsen and Jules Grau. Keep an eye on Jules Grau, because he will be pushing forwards as he tries to get back to the top of the Pro-Am Championship. It's Yannick Kakea who leads the Pro-Am Championship, but he starts at the back of the pack. On 17th and 18th on the grid, Walter Zviedris and Alex Ryman, then Ziad Geris and Mike Rosenberg, with Draker Janssen and Yannick Kakea lining up on the penultimate row, and Thomas Kangro at the back of the pack. Both Kakea and Kangro bringing out red flags in qualifying this morning. And in the Pro-Am Championship, coming into this weekend, Yannick Kakea was leading Jules Grau by 10 points in the Pro-Am standings. But starting from the absolute back of the pack, Jules Grau will know this will be a great opportunity to leap back to the top of the Pro-Am Championship. Mike Rosenberg is in 3rd place, and he is 64 points adrift of Yannick Kakea in the Rookie Championship. Koba Pauwels leads the way with 136. Sam Yongyan is second with 110, but starting from pole position, he will know this is a great opportunity for him to close in on Powell's at the top of the rookie standings. And in third place in the rookies, Alex Ryman, and he is 60 points back from Cobra Powell's. So plenty to play for here at TT Circuit Assen. It is a track that is 4.542 kilometers around. That equates to about 2.82 miles. 18 turns, 6 to the left and 12 to the right. It is our second visit to the Netherlands this year. We were at Zandvoort in June. It is a circuit that everybody loves. It's one that Larry Tenforder loves, and you can already see his intentions because his car is pointing in the direction of Sam Yongyan. He wants to beat him off the line and try and shut the door into turn one. But Yongyan will be ready for this. This is gonna be exciting. The green and black car on the right-hand side is posted to Sam Yongyan. The blue and white car on the left-hand side is Larry Tenforder. 30 minutes plus 1 lap of racing. Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux is go! And a great start from Sam Yongyan. Not a great start from Larry Tenforder. Coming up in the background, also Walter Burkamp's there as well. But now Larry Tenforder coming back in towards turn one. The rest of the cars coming around. Some of them going wide. We need to be careful about track limits. That's Robin Knutson and Alex Ryman, both stationary at the back. It was Knutson who spun. Larry Tenforder, though, challenging towards the front. You just saw him getting together with another car. Is it Larry Tenforder who's into the lead of this race? He's got past Sam Yongyan while we were looking the other way. So our pole sitter down into second place. But look at Dirk Schouten in third place, challenging behind. So Dirk Schouten in there as well. Our race leader, Larry Tenforder, he was beaten off the line. Schouten down into fourth place. So it's Walter Burkamp who's into third. Dirk Schouten into fourth. Paul Meyer, championship leader, just behind him. So Larry Tenforder leading the way. Sam Yongyan still looking for his first ever win in Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux. Beaten off the line by Larry Tenforder. So Larry Tenforder already opening up a gap. Now we need to keep an eye on our timing screens because in qualifying this morning, there were so many cars that had penalties as a result of exceeding track limits. And Larry Tenforder, 3 times he made it to the fastest on the lap sheets at the top of the timing screens, and 3 times he had the lap disallowed for exceeding track limits. So he needs to keep it all together and not exceed track limits in this race. There were many other cars who picked up penalties, had laps disallowed for track limits, and our stewards are looking very much at them. Sasha Norden to the inside of Domas Radonis, in towards turn one they come. Domas Radonis exceeding those track limits, and he will need to give way to Sasha Norden because he could be perceived to have gained an advantage. So our race leader, Larry Tenforder, Sam Yongyan in second place. It's Walter Burkamp in third, ahead of Dirk Schouten, Paul Meyer and Domas Radonis, Sasha Norden and Benjamin Pack. There's Nick Ho on the outside of Hans Weiss Jr., another of the guesting drivers this weekend. The 2 cars running side by side. That is for 12th place. So Sam Yongyan in that second place has fallen back a bit from Larry Tenforder. Beat him off the line, but Larry Tenforder finding a route past into the lead. But now Yongyan coming under pressure from another of the guesting drivers, Walter Burkamp, who goes extremely well round here, going straight on. Another of the guest drivers, Hans Weiss Jr., takes to the runoff area, loses a whole load of places. The number 30 car, Walter Burkamp's, he guested here this time last year, and he got a 3rd place and a 4th place. So he's very rapid, loves the circuit Assen, and will be putting the heat on to Sam Yongyan. Keep an eye on Dirk Schouten in 4th place, the driver who had a torrid time at the last round at Imola. picked up a penalty, had a spin in the first race, a penalty in the second race, did not score the points that he had anticipated, and very, very keen to get his championship back on track. But his main rival, Paul Meyer, is looming in his mirrors. Looking to the inside, that looked like Niels Langeveld, having a look to the inside of the car in front, which was Benjamin Pack. There is our race leader, Larry Tenforder. Last time across the line, it was 1.2 seconds, the gap at the front. You get the feeling that might have opened up a bit. Sam Yongyan, who was attacking, now having to defend hard. The incident that we saw is under investigation, the one we saw at the start. We're looking at a restart here. It was a really good start from Sam Yongyan, Burkamps as well, but Larry Tenforder came back on the inside. The rest of the cars filing through. The race stewards do sometimes give a little bit of space to allow them to run wide on the opening lap. And then you saw that spin from Robin Knudsen, and he with Alex Ryman coming to a stop on the track. Then this was Larry Tenforder getting past Sam Yongyan. And I have to say, it's once he's in front, Larry Tenforder, it takes an awful lot to reel him in and get back past him. Guesting here, he won't pick up points, he will pick up trophies if he finishes on the podium, but as a guest driver, he doesn't pick up the points. It means that all the cars behind will move up in the point standing. So if things finished as they are now, then Sam Yongyan would score maximum points. That is 25 points, even if he crosses the line in second place. Larry Tenforder, the quickest man on the track at 139.347 the last time around. There is a point also awarded for the fastest lap for the drivers who are not guesting. Kobe Bowles in the number 22 car, looming in the mirrors of Jurien de Back. So we have 4 championships that we're thinking about in Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux. We have the overall championship, we have the rookie championship, the Pro-Am championship, and the team championship. So every driver scoring points. The Pro-Am drivers have a blue cross on the headlights, so you can tell who they are. The rookie drivers have an orange cross on the headlights, so you can see who they are. We've got a double yellow flag at turns 4 and turns 5. But I don't know who it is for at the moment. Let's have another look here, because this might give us some clues. It's Robin Knudsen who once again goes spinning. This time Thomas Kangro, Yanni Kakea. Those 3 drivers are having a torrid weekend, and it has gone from bad to worse. It was Kakea and Kangro who brought out the red flags, and Robin Knudsen, who had that spin just now, the red flags that we saw in qualifying this morning between Kangro and Yanni Kakea, and they had to start from the back of the pack. So difficult to score points from that far back. Right, looking at the individual championship, so Sam Yongyan, who is in the rookie championship, to remind you, he is 26 points behind Kobe Powers in the rookie championship. He is currently in second place. He's our leading rookie driver. Our leading Pro-Am driver is Jules Grau. That's exactly what he wanted, with his main challenger in the wars at the back of the pack. That man being Yanni Kakea. Right, out onto the pit straight we come. There is Jules Grau in the orange and black card, but to the inside of him, Hans Weiss Jr. and also Colin Berninghausen. Colin Berninghausen not scoring points. He's here as a guest driver as well. So Jules Grau doing well to just not get involved in battles that are not his, and the 2 guest drivers that are in front of him will not be scoring points, so he doesn't need to worry about them. He needs to bring the number 77 car home and score good solid points if he wants to get to the back to the top of the Pro-Am standings. He was another driver who had a difficult time at Imola last time out. He got a 5-second time penalty in both races, and very much putting him on the back foot in number 77 car. He got a 16th and a 20th place overall. But Jules Grau, who has won in the Pro-Am race twice this season, and he is in a good position to make that 3 if things remain as they are, but there's still plenty of time to go. We've got just under 22 minutes remaining of this 30-minute race, 30 minutes plus 1 lap. It's a short, sharp sprint for Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux. here from TT Circuit Assen. There's Draker Janssen in the number 17 car coming under pressure. He's in 13th place at the moment. Colin Berninghausen, a driver who's driving with this, the Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux, and also Porsche 6 Carrera Cup Germany, sailing past the number 17 car with relative ease. Benjamin Pack in the number 92, under pressure from Niels Langeveld. A big gap on the inside, needs to keep it within the track limits. Langeveld goes sailing through in the number 10 car, so that is for 8th place. So Niels Langeveld, who has been very rapid, locking a wheel up into the corner, that's going to open the door back up for Benjamin Pack. Benjamin, who has won 2 races this season, 2 out of the 6 races this season. Going to be a bit of a stretch to do it in this race without something extraordinary happening, but he would dearly love to get those points. But Niels Langeveld just sneaking past in the number 10 car. He got a 2nd place at Zandvoort back in June, and still stretching his legs from the number 92 car. And on the subject of stretching legs, Larry ten Voorde, last time across the line, had opened the gap up to 2.376 over Sam Jongjan. Walter Burkamp's in 3rd place, ahead of Dirk Schouten, having a relatively quiet race by his standards. And he is ahead of Paul Meyer, the championship leader, who is in 5th place. And then it is Sasha Norden. So Draker Janssen with the 37 car of Hans Weiss Jr., the guesting driver just behind him. Draker Janssen in 14th place. Pushing his way forwards, Colin Berninghausen just ahead of him. There is our race leader. So across the line he comes, 3.179 seconds. So certainly stretching his legs, looking to continue his 100% record here at Circuit Assen of winning every race that he enters. Sam Jongjan not seeming to have the pace at the moment, but Paul Meyer certainly putting the pressure onto Dirk Schouten. This is significant. These are the 2 drivers that are at the top of the championship. Just 12 points between them in the championship. Paul Meyer, who has shown great consistency this season. Dirk Schouten, who has the very vocal fan club. Our races are being streamed around the world, and we say hello to everybody who's watching us on the streaming channels. Many of them Dirk Schouten fans who shout and yell for the yellow and orange car. Many of them have their names printed on the back of the car after some sponsorship. Some of the fans donating money to help Dirk Schouten with his racing, and they get their name printed on the back of the car, and they have plenty to shout about. A really entertaining driver who really wanted to put Imola behind him and focus ahead, but at the moment it's Paul Meyer who's behind him, and he is pushing the 34 car all the way. The car that is run by Q1 Track Racing against the Hans Weiss Motorsport car of Paul Meyer. They are fighting over that 4th place. Ahead of them is still Walter Burkamp, Sam Jongjan and Larry ten Voorde. So a little over 18 minutes plus 1 lap remaining of this race. It is race 7 of the season for Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux. There is Larry ten Voorde across the line. 4.152 is now the gap between 1st and 2nd. So Larry ten Voorde taking this race by the scruff of the neck and running away at the front. 2nd place, Sam Jongjan, looking to equal his best ever result in the Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux. He finished 2nd in the season opener at Spa-Francorchamps, one of the real up-and-coming superstars of cup racing. Sam Jongjan, very much a driver on the ascendancy, doing his first full season in Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux. We saw him last year guesting at the Red Bull Ring. He got a 7th and a 3rd place. Prior to that, he's only ever raced the Mazda MX-5, so something very, very different. Driving one of these beasts, these Porsche 911 cars. Very fast, very loud, very impressive. And the crowd that are gathered here at TT Circuit Assen here this weekend will be entertained. If you've never heard one of these cars, or if you've never heard 23 of them going at full beans around a circuit, you haven't lived. The noise, the sight, the sound, the spectacle, it is mind-blowing, and this is why we love Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux. In his 12th season, very much on the crest of a wave at the moment, has provided us with some of the best racing that you will see anywhere. And here at the TT Circuit Assen, they are entertaining us here. So Sasha Norden in the number 21 car. In 6th place, Domas Radonis, one of the rookie drivers who has come up through the ranks, has just started racing a Porsche this year, and he has been very quick indeed. He is getting better and better. His best result so far has been a couple of 10th places, so certainly looking to improve on that. In 7th place at the moment, Sasha Norden, the outgoing Pro-Am champion in Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux, really taking a punt at the overall championship this year. So not in the Pro-Am championship this year, but in the overall championship. Finding it quite hard work. He has been impressive. It was at Imola last time around at the last race that Sasha Norden had a very big moment on the grass. It was save of the year for my money. He got onto the grass, he kept his toe flat on it, kept the car pointing in the right direction and rejoined. And then just to prove it wasn't a fluke, he did it a couple more times. It was a lively race. Race 2 at Imola, both of them were great. Really entertaining stuff from Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux. So, things very much as you were at the moment. Larry Tenforder. Right, we've got a full course yellow. Now, I'm not entirely sure why, but the driver's now required to lift off the accelerator and reduce the speed to no more than 80 kilometers an hour. So we've got a full course yellow, but I've had no notification as to why. We are exactly at the halfway point of the race. I'm guessing there must be some debris out on the track. We've lost 2 drivers whilst all this has been going on, and there we are. That is the aforementioned debris. We're interested to know which cars those have come off. Well, clearly someone has collected the tyre stack, because top job to that man there. Muscles rippling in the sunshine as he drags it back off the racing line. The debris is picked up, and that's a really good stuff from our race director and our race stewards, because you don't want to be cutting a tyre in one of these cars. So they clear the debris from the circuit, and very, very shortly we will be back underway. 2 cars that we've lost so far. Alex Ryman, that we saw in the opening lap, getting involved, and also Yanni Kakea, the leader of the Pro-Am Championship, is in the pits. It looks like he has retired from the race and he won't be scoring any points, and that really is a very big news for Jules Grau, for Mike Rosenberg, Zia Geris, who are behind him in the championship. So race marshals doing a top job, picking up all the debris, kicking it out of the way, and very, very shortly we will be back up and running again on this race. It is race 7 of the season. It is a 12-race season. It's the first, don't get stuck there, that's going to hurt. The first race of the second half of the season, 12 races in total. We will have another one tomorrow, then we head to Austria in September for the Red Bull Ring. A couple of races there, and then it all comes to an end at Zolder. Now there's the answer, Jules Grau, who looks like he's shedding a bit of bodywork. Now where is he on the timing screens? Because he has dropped down to 2nd in the Pro-Am standings. Hans Weiss Jr. is leading the way. It's not as bad news for him now. Is this a replay? Yes, it is. So Jules Grau, now you get the feeling there might have been somebody else who hit those tyres, because there was more debris than that I thought was being picked up off the track. We are back racing again, and that is another tyre stack that is lying on its side at the side of the track. But Jules Grau, he was one of the drivers that certainly made contact. There's Thomas Cangro. Was he the other? Yes, he was, and that's bounced the tyres. I think it's off the racing line. So wouldn't have done that Porsche a lot of favours, but I think we should be able to keep running. I'm not the race director, it's not my decision, but it looks as though that tyre stack is well off the racing line. I was about to mention for Jules Grau that although he has dropped back in the Pro-Am race, the Pro-Am leader is Hans Weiss Jr., who will not be picking up points as a guest racer. So Paul Meyer challenging Dirk Schuiten into turn one. He looks to the inside, looks back to the out, thinks the better of it, but Dirk Schuiten looking increasingly under pressure from his main championship rival. To remind you, Paul Meyer leads the championship. The number 7 car is at the top of the championship. Second in the championship is car 34, Dirk Schuiten. So this is a very significant battle. Benjamin Pack, who's third in the championship, is currently in 9th place, so he's a little way back from this. He is in the black and white car that you see in the background of your shot. Larry Tenforder still leads the way, 4.9 seconds ahead of Sam Yongyan, who leads the rookie race. Second in the rookies is Domas Radonis, who is in 6th place overall. He is in the orange, white and black car in the back of your shot. So apart from Larry Tenforder, everybody else running in very close company, but Larry, who is the most successful driver in Porsche 6 Carrera Cup Germany, the 3 times champion in that. He is a 2 times Porsche Mobile 1 Super Cup champion, and he currently leads the championship in Porsche Mobile 1 Super Cup. So you get the feeling he's pretty good, really, isn't he? He has an incredible conversion rate. For each race, he always picks up points, and he's doing exactly what he needs to do to try and take the top step of the podium on this race by leading the way. And look at that gap between first and second. Sam Yongyan now 5.99 seconds back in second place. Dirk Schuiten would dearly love it if Paul Meyer was some 5.9 seconds back, but at the moment the gap is almost nothing. Paul Meyer, who has found some pace in that number 7 car, he was very frustrated at Spa-Francorchamps at the season opener. He felt as though they were lacking pace in Hans Weiss Motorsport Porsche, but whatever they've done, it's worked. And Paul Meyer, who's rapidly becoming Mr. Consistency. His lowest score of the season so far was a 9th place in the season opener, but he's had a 2nd, a 5th, a 3rd, a win last time out in Imola, and a 2nd, and that really gave him the points haul. There is Sasha Norden, car 21, with Niels Langeveld behind him. That is the fight for 7th place. Sasha Norden in the very pretty number 21 car. Niels Langeveld, a driver who has a lot of experience in TC racing. We've seen him around for quite a few years, racing in different championships. We saw him in GT Masters for a couple of years as well. Very, very experienced. He is behind Sasha Norden, one of the real superstars in Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux. As I've already mentioned, he won the Pro-Am Championship last year in this series with 5 wins in category, and he finished 8th overall in the series, so you know that he is very rapid. But they are clear of the car behind, which is Benjamin Pack. Pack, who's having a fairly quiet race by his standards, down in 9th place. So these two running together without anybody hassling him from behind. Niels Langeveld kind of feeling free to challenge Sasha Norden as hard as he wants without the risk of opening the door for somebody else to come through. There are 8.5 minutes remaining of this race. Larry Tenforder leads the way by 5.871 seconds over Sam Yongyan, the leading rookie driver. 3rd place, Wouter Bergkamp, the guesting driver, ahead of Dirk Schuiten and Paul Meyer, the battle that we have been watching. Then is Domas Radonis ahead of Sasha Norden and Niels Langeveld. There is our race leader, Larry Tenforder, the Dutch driver, who knows nothing but winning whenever he sits behind the wheel of a Porsche. Has been so impressive over the years, continues to impress, and continues to lead the way in this race. One of the up-and-coming superstars, Sam Yongyan, in 2nd place, ahead of Wouter Bergkamp, and another of the up-and-coming superstars, Dirk Schuiten, just behind him. Still, Sasha Norden is holding off Niels Langeveld for that position of 7th place. And behind them, Benjamin Pack, still very much carrying on as he was the leader in the Pro-Ams, Hans Weiss Jr. He's in 14th overall. Now Ziad Geris is up into second place now. Jules Grohl has dropped down into fourth place in the Pro-Am race, so he needed to capitalise while Yannick Kakea was out of it. While Kakea will be very happy to see that Jules Grohl has dropped down the order, as once again Niels Langeveld challenges Sasha Norda through the chicane of turn 16 and turn 17. Out they come on to the pit straight. It's absolutely flat out here. They get into fifth gear up to about 230 kilometers an hour. Then heavy braking in towards turn one. A corner that's taken in third gear at about 120 kilometers an hour. Then a sequence of third and fourth gear corners around turns 2, 3 and 4. And then it's down into first gear for turn 5 before they're able to actually put the hammer down and make a move. Now look at this. Paul Meyer has dropped back from Dirk Schouten. So Paul Meyer, now has he had a bit of a moment? Suddenly Dirk Schouten has closed in on Wouter Bergkamp. So either Paul Meyer has dropped back or Dirk Schouten has found a little bit of extra pace. But the fact that Domas Radonis is now on the back bumper of Paul Meyer, you do wonder whether he has an issue or whether the tyres are starting to go off on that car. Tyre preservation, really, really important. Suddenly, Paul Meyer looking very vulnerable to Domas Radonis just behind him. Sasha Norden has broken clear of Niels Langeveld. Robin Knudsen has received a warning for disrespecting track limits. So far as I can see, the track limits warnings have been few and far between. So I don't think we've got any penalties incoming that I can see at the moment. However, we still have 5.5 minutes plus 1 lap of this race remaining. And it is Larry Tenforder still leading the way. Across the line he comes once again, with Sam Yongyan 8 seconds behind. Larry Tenforder still stretching his legs. Then it's Wouter Bergkamp, then Dirk Schouten. You do wonder whether Dirk Schouten has got his eyes on a podium position within the next 5 minutes. Paul Meyer, having dropped back into the clutches of Domas Radonis, has released Dirk Schouten to challenge Wouter Bergkamp for a podium position. I can hear the Dirk Schouten fans cheering from here because the 34 car suddenly looking very, very quick indeed as he challenges for that third place. The driver who is quickest on the track is our race leader at 139.005, but we are watching this battle for third place. It's Wouter Bergkamp and Dirk Schouten challenging hard. Dirk Schouten pushing. He was pretty happy with his qualifying this morning. Would love to get on the podium. Would love it if Domas Radonis got past his main championship rival, Paul Meyer, who is now loitering in the background quite a long way back. The gap between Dirk Schouten and Paul Meyer, well, it's visual what you can see there, but that is the second place car of third place of Wouter Bergkamp and Dirk Schouten going through your picture. Number 3, Ziad Geris, also under pressure as well, and that's from Mike Rosenberg in car number 12. So, no changes at the moment, but you get the feeling it might all kick off with 3 minutes and 50 seconds to go, plus 1 lap of this race. We have lost Jules Grohl from the race. He's into the pits. We've also lost Nick Ho, but this is very significant in the Pro-Am race because first and second in the Pro-Ams, Yannick Kakea and Jules Grohl have both retired. Benjamin Pack challenging Niels Langeveld. This is for 8th place. Langeveld, an experienced pilot, doing what he needs to do to keep the number 92 car behind him. Benjamin Pack, the 2-times winner this season, now challenging hard. Every point is going to count because Benjamin Pack very much in the championship hunt. To remind you, coming into this race, he was just 13 points off the championship lead, 25 points for a win. So, challenging hard. The leader in the Pro-Am race is still Hans Weiss Jr. Second, Ziad Geris. Third is Mike Rosenberg. And those are the only 3 cars in the Pro-Am race that are now running. Our leading rookie is Sam Yongyan. Second of the rookies is Domas Radonis. And Cobra Powell's, the leader of the rookie championship, is in 3rd place. But we are watching this battle here. Niels Langeveld, who is in 8th place with Benjamin Pack, hassling him for all he's worth to try and find a route past, but we are running out of time. Just 2.5 minutes plus 1 lap remaining. This is Robin Knutson to the inside of Mike Rosenberg. Sees a big gap, sails through the number 32 car, working his way up into 17th place. So that's out of the points. And for Mike Rosenberg, who, for Robin Knutson, should I say, who has the habit of finishing in 3rd and 4th place. For every race he's finished, it's been in either 3rd or 4th place. This will be a disappointing afternoon for him. 2nd, 3rd, 4th, running nose to tail at the moment. Has Dirk Schouten got anything left to get on the podium? Time is running out. 1 minute and 45 seconds remaining of this race. Once the clock strikes 0, the race leader will finish the lap that he's on. Then there will be 1 more lap after that. Our race leader at the moment is Larry Tenforder in the number 33 car. He's up at turn 7 as we speak. And with 90 seconds of time racing remaining, the fight for 2nd, 3rd and 4th looks to be kicking off. 2nd place, Sam Yongyan in the green and black car. Behind him, the guesting Wouter Bergkamp. To remind you, Wouter does not score points. He is a guest driver. Dirk Schouten would love to get past him. It wouldn't give him any more points. It would just give him a little bit more silverware to put on the mantelpiece. But he would not finish on the podium if things finish as they are, even if he did get the points. And it's points that he's really interested in. Dirk Schouten, a championship challenger. Right, we're into the final minute of racing. There's a 5-second time penalty being given to Robin Knutson for track limits. He's not going to be too fussed about that because he's already down in 16th place, so not going to make a lot of difference to him. Here comes Larry Tenforder across the line. So by my calculations, with 30 seconds remaining, it will be this lap and then 1 more for Larry Tenforder to take an historic 3 out of 3 wins here at Circuit Assen in Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux. Car 10 has been given a warning for disrespecting track limits. That is Niels Langeveld. But it is just a warning at the moment. There is 2nd place, Sam Yongyan, looking to equal his best ever finish in Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux in his first full season in this class. He has impressed so many people talking about Sam Yongyan, so many people talking about Dirk Schouten and Paul Meyer, who are challenging for the championship. Car 21 also with a warning for disrespecting track limits. So our race leader up into turn 9 at the moment. Very shortly he will be starting his final lap of the race, but the fight for 2nd, 3rd and 4th is not over. There is 2nd place, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, all in a line. Is this going to explode in the last lap of the race? Certainly Sam Yongyan hopes it isn't. He's just about got as much of a gap as he needs over Wouter Bergkamp to hold on to that 2nd place. Larry Tenforder currently into turns 16 and 17 and will shortly start his final lap of the race. So here comes Larry Tenforder out onto the pit straight, and now the final lap for him. He's leading the way. Look at the gap between him and 2nd place. Sam Yongyan, we're still waiting for him to cross the line to find out what the gap is. Here he comes. 12.5 seconds is the gap between 1st and 2nd. No such luxury between 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th. Because they're all lined up, and also 6th place Domas Rodonas in there as well. Is anybody gonna make a last lap challenge? You do wonder, don't you? Sam Yongyan just needs to position the number 65 car in exactly the right places. Dirk Schouten, you can almost see him inside the car just rubbing his hands together, thinking about what he can do to get past Wouter Bergkamp and get himself up into a podium position, but he must not throw it all away. He needs the points for his championship challenge. Trophies are one thing, but he needs the points. Our race leader currently into turn 9 for the very last time. Larry Tenforder looking solid as he's on his final lap of this race. Race 7 of the season for Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux. The fight for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th still very much alive and kicking But Larry Tenforder well up ahead of this challenge that we were looking at there. Here is our race leader, Larry Tenforder, into turn 15 for the very last time. Just the chicane of 16 and 17, and then out of turn 18 he will come. There's 16 and 17 into turn 18 and out across the finish line. It's a win for Larry Tenforder. 3 out of 3 wins at Circuit Assen. Second place, Sam Yongyan has held off from the pressure of Walter Bergkamp. Across the line comes Bergkamp, then Dirk Schutten, Paul Meyer and Domas Radonis. You can see how much it means to the teams as they lead across the wall and punch the air. Sam Yongyan, who started on pole position, he tried to take it to Larry Tenforder, his fellow countryman, but Larry Tenforder getting past him on that opening lap and taking the win. A little bit of a spoiler alert. It won't be so easy for Larry tomorrow because of those discounted laps in qualifying. Larry will be starting a long way back on the grid for tomorrow's race. But that is all for tomorrow. At the moment, we want to focus on today. And Larry Tenforder, a fairly dominant performance as he got in front of Sam Yongyan and pulled away to the tune of just over 13 seconds. Sam Yongyan takes the top step of the podium in the rookie race. He also gets maximum points from this race on account of the fact that Larry can't score points as a guest. Second in the rookies, Domas Radonis crossed the line in 6th place, but second in the rookies. And third, the rookie championship leader, Koba Powells, and he was 10th on the track in the Pro-Am race. Hans Weiss Jr. takes the top step of the podium. Ziad Geras in second, ahead of Mike Rosenberg, who is in third. Now, Jules Graul finished in the pits. Whether he scores the points or not will depend on how many laps he has finished completed as to whether he gets the points for third in the Pro-Am race. But that'll be down to the race director to decide. But certainly it will close up the points standings because the Pro-Am race leader, Yannick Kakea and Jules Graul, both of them in the championship hunt, neither of them finishing this race. But Larry Tenforder, we knew it was going to be a challenge when he said he was going to take part and signed up as a guest here at TT Circuit Assen this weekend. And in the number 33 car provided by JW Race Service, the Dutch driver, once again showing what he's worth. He won both races this time last year. That's both races that he's ever taken part in Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux at Assen. He's made it 3 out of 3. But 4 out of 4 tomorrow is going to be a tall order because he's going to be coming through the pack as a result of a difficult qualifying session this morning during the qualifying that we had, and he had those 3 laps disallowed. But a dominant win here at TT Circuit Assen here this afternoon. And Sam Yongyan, he must be delighted with that. And although he won't get the trophy for first place, he will get the points. And more importantly to him as well, he will get the points in the rookie championship. So Koba Powells, who finished in the rookie championship in 3rd place, but Sam Yongyan will get the maximum. So for 3rd place, Koba Powells will get 16, and Sam Yongyan will get 25 in the rookie championship. And Domas Radonis, what a great showing from him for the number 5 car. So he finished in 6th place, by far his best result ever in Porsche Carrera Cup Benelux. So the cars come back into the pit lane and silence falls over TT Circuit Assen. We do hope you've enjoyed race 7 of the season. We're going to do it all again tomorrow for race 2 of the weekend, race 8 of the season. It really is all to play for. We're going to be watching Larry Tenforder having to fight his way through the pack. It's going to be a dramatic race. It's going to be kicking off at 12:38 local time. We'll be on air probably around 12:30ish. So make sure you join us then. Thank you so much for joining us here at TT Circuit Assen for race 1 of the weekend. We'll see you tomorrow for race 2. Bye-bye.